dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already on the table are the things we need for this DIY. We need, of course, the smaller tumbling towel blocks. I have here my container with everything inside. You see already a little bit what I have inside. But most important is, of course, the wood glue. And you can use some hot glue, but I don't recommend it also for this DIY, not because you don't want that it falls apart. But of course, if you only have your hot glue, it's totally fine. Just do whatever you think it's right. I have here some paint at your choice. This is only an example. You can choose any color. I have here an old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue, which is wet, of course. And this is the main parts we need for this DIY. What we're going to do, we are going to try to make a church, a kind of a church you can use for all seasons. But of course, I'm going to give this time a little bit of a touch of the Christmas season, but you can make it for every season. And we're going to make a kind of a planter organizer in front of it. So we will see how this will turn out. So the first step will be 3 rows of 14 blocks. So 3 rows of 14. This will be the underside of the church. So we do very easy. We do on the longest line of the block, the smallest on the side. We do some glue and we roll them very easy together. Of course, making a church is not everyone's cup of tea, but I always love having a church, especially for the Christmas season, because the reason for the Christmas season is, of course, Jesus. So I'm going to do some little church always in my house. It can be a bigger one, it can be a smaller one. Sometimes I have, here in the Netherlands we call it a kerststal. You call it nativity scene. So I always have them also in my home. But I always love to decorate with it. But like I told you, it's not everyone's idea for the Christmas season. And I understand that everyone has his own taste. But if you liking just a church on himself, then it's always fun to decorate it. And like I told you always, you can decorate it for, of course, every season, but also in any color, because you can do it, make it like a glam look. You can do it in the gold or the silver or maybe copper. You can do it in any color at all. So I now already have my 3 rows of 14 blocks. I'm going to squeeze it from the inside to the outside to be sure that nothing is popping out. And again, squeeze again. We do here the same from the inside to the outside and connect all of them nicely together. But of course, when you do it from the inside to the outside, it doesn't always guarantee that nothing is popping out, because it is possible that blocks are flying around. It's not what you want, but sometimes it just happens. And with my DIY of yesterday, the train, I already got the glue already on my my DIY shirt. So don't worry, I have the same problem like a lot of you have. So we're going to let this dry, and always when you do it, clean up your blocks, always make sure that afterwards you make a straight line again. And if you have a carpenter square, just use that one. I'm going to let it rest for a couple of minutes. So I gave it a couple of minutes. I'm going to place 2 of them on the side. I'm going to do a line of glue on the top side. And I do here a line of glue over here. And we only wait a couple of minutes because we still can redo then our block still, because we want to fill in the open gaps. And if you wait too long, the wood glue is settling in already a little too much, and that's not what you want. So this way, and we're going to wipe away the glue again. And again, be sure, squeeze it from the sides and this way. And now we're going to give this also, now I think 15 minutes dry. Now we placed our underside of the church on this side. Now we have 3 rows of 5. So 3 rows of 5. This will be the tower of the church. And I just do it as fast as I can. And you can do the tower also a little bit wider. I chose a little bit for the smaller one. But you can do it as high and you can do it as wide as you want to do it. But that's everyone's their taste. And I'm going to squeeze this one and squeeze this one. And also over here, number 3, you see already he wants to pop up. And we're going to wipe away the glue also here and on here. And then we're going to make sure that we have a straight line again. And this one, and we're going to give this also a couple of minutes. So again, I waited a couple of minutes. We're going to place this one on the side, and we do the same like we did with the underpiece. We do some glue on the top over here. We place them over here and this one over here, and we're going to fill in the open gaps and this way. And you can also easily turn it if you find this a little bit easier to work with. And we're going to wipe away the glue also from this side and give it a couple of minutes. So you see already I did get now my underpiece of my church, and I'm going to place this one carefully straight up, and I'm going to do some glue on the underside over here. Make sure that you have each block, and I'm going to place this down on this side and carefully just fill it in and try to press it nicely together without some gaps. And again, we're going to wipe away the glue, and we're going to place this aside and let this now dry in totally for at least 30 minutes and half hour. So in the meantime, while our church, at least the base of our church, is drying, because we need to do later the tower, we are going to do 2 rows of 14. So again, you start with the gluing the smallest line on the side, and you just going to row the 2 rows of 14. You just row them together again, the same like we did with the church itself. And we're going to make this into a bottom, and also with this bottom you can make it as wide as you want. I do 2 rows, but you can do 3 rows if you want to have a real big piece where maybe you want to have it in a place against the wall, that you can place it in your home, and you can do some decorations inside of it. So it's totally up to you what you're going to do with it, because I always give you only a little bit of an example, and you can change it up any way you like. Again, we're going to squeeze it from within, and we make sure that we press everything together nicely. We do here the same, press from within, and again make sure, and we're going to wipe away the glue, and we do here the same, wipe away the glue, and we're going to make a nice straight line again, so we can let it dry in for a couple of minutes again. So I gave it a couple of minutes, place one on the side again, and I'm going to do some glue on the tops over here. And I'm going to place this one also down in one piece, and we're going to carefully press all of them together so we get a nice piece of a bottom. So wipe away the glue, and we're going to place this also aside and let it dry. Now we have on our table 2 sides of our basket around it, and 1 of 13. So we have 1 row of 13 and 2 of 6. So very easy. You just make 13 blocks. Blokjes is Dutch, together, and you are going to make 1 line out of this one also. And of course the sides I only do 6, 1 ankle 6, not 2,
But also with this one, if you want to have your little basket a little higher, then do 2 rows of 13 and make it high, and do 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 6 here to make the size even higher. But for me it will be much too high, so I only do 1 layer high. So, but you see that in a moment exactly what I mean. And this is already 1 of 6, and this is the other side, the second of 6, and we're going to squeeze them together, very easy, like this. And we do here the same, and squeeze it from the side. Don't forget every time to squeeze also from the side to give all the row a very big press, because that's you want that everything is sticking nicely together. And again over here we're going to wipe away our glue, and of course also here and here, and we're going to make a straight line again. Always feel with your fingers again and do it as straight as you can. Then you don't need a carpenter square. You can do it yourself if you don't have one. I have one laying around, but I don't use it. I'm going to give this a couple of minutes also. So now we place our 2 pieces of 6 straight up, and of course our 1 piece of 13. We're going to get our bottom, which is the 2 of 14 blocks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it over. It's not totally dry, just be careful. Over here, and I'm going to glue this one on this side, and I'm going to let it fall down, and I don't press not too much, because I'm going to do 1 of 6, and I'm going to do the underside also with some glue. And I place this one on the side, and he's sticking over a little part, not too much, just a little part, because he's not. Oh, I totally forgot, I have to pick it up. I need to do a little bit of glue, of course, also on this side. I will show it you with the next one a little better. So, and this one, I have to work with it. Now I do here the same, do some glue on the underside. But of course, don't forget, like I forgot, a little line over here for the side of this side. So, and I'm going to place it over here again. And be sure that you let it hang over also a little bit over here. And we're going to make sure that we have them fitting nicely together. And then we're going to let them dry in for at least a half hour. So I place my basket on the side and have here the shape of my church. I have here my ruler and my pencil, and I'm going to do my ruler I'm doing on the second row, on this connection from the second till the third row. I'm going to lay my ruler like this, and I'm going to make a mark over here and a mark over here, because that's from this point. And then I'm going to make in the middle, you have 5 blocks, and the middle of the block number 3, which is in the middle, you do a mark over here. Then you're going to turn your church this way, and you're going to go from this mark until the middle of the mark. So be sure that you have it in the place you want to have it, and then you're going to go over with your pencil. This is one, and of course I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do here the same from this mark until the middle over here. So, and then you see already the point of your church. Oh, here he is. So, and then I'm going to go to my garage, and I'm going to get my jigsaw, and I'm going to saw it off. So you see already I have now my simple point on top of here. This was very simple to saw out. I use my jigsaw from the Lidl, the home brand Parkside. But you can do it also with a handsaw, so don't worry about it. You can easily do it with your handsaw, or maybe you can ask someone. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get now some blocks. I'm going to do some line on this block, because I'm going to do the roof a little bit more give a little bit more of a high-end look. So I'm going to place this one over here. I'm going to do here the same of course, not too long. I only do a little piece of the side because it's not totally to the underside. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of pressure this way, because if you do it in one piece, it never fits really right. So I'm going to do this one also on this side and a little on this side. And I'm going to place it very easy on top of here. Make sure. And I do here the same on this block, only a little piece of the block. And I'm going to place this one also against each other and this way. And then we're going to give it some pressure over here and this way. And then we're going to let this dry in also. So now I did the corners of my roof, but of course I also do some corners on the side of the thing to give it a little bit more like a high-end look. So I'm going to do some glue on the inside of this block and on the side, and I'm going to place it over here. I do here the same, a little on the underside and on the side, and then I'm going to place this one over here, and this one we only do some glue on the underside and place it over here to make sure that everything is fitting nicely together. And if there is paint coming out of some glue coming out, just get a small brush and just going to wipe away the glue you don't need. And we're going to let this dry in also. So, and of course my church also needs a window for the tower. So we're going to take 3 blocks. We do some glue on the side. We do some glue on this side, and then we're going to squeeze them together. Very simple, a 3 block, and you already have your cute little window. You can make it, of course, any way you like. I do this side also with some, and I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. So I'm going to turn over my little square, and I'm going to place them on top of here, a little bit in between the roof. So, and again, we're going to let this dry in also. So now we laid our churchware aside so he can dry in. Now we're going to go further with the box, at least the half box. Of course, I want to give this also a high-end look fitting with the church. So what we're going to do, we're going to do 2 times 2 and 1 time 4. And with this 4, there's also coming a little piece of this one. So then you need a loose block, and then you're going to cut off 1 piece over here. But I show it to you in a moment. So first we're going to glue the 2 pieces together on the tops, place them together, and this one. So this is for the sides, and this one, because it's always having a high-end look is always nicer to look at, because especially if you want to have it for a long time. First we're going to do 4 blocks like this, row them together, and this one. So we make 1 piece of this 4 blocks, and this way we're going to wipe away the glue, and I'm going to place it on the side. And again, make sure that you have everything nicely fitting, and give it a couple of minutes a rest. And then we're going to get a loose block, like I told you, because 4 blocks is almost enough, but 1 piece of the block is this wide is too short. So I'm going to place this over here, and I'm going to get my marker, and I'm just going to mark off this piece. And I go to my garage, and I'm going to cut off this top piece, because I only need this small piece. So that you also can do very easy with your handsaw. And we're going to let this rest in also a couple of minutes. So I have here my small piece, and of course I'm going to do some glue on this side. And I'm going to glue this on the piece of 4 extra. So you need a little piece extra to give it the high-end look, because or else it doesn't look nicely. So again, we're going to let this dry in. So I have here my box. I'm going to do some glue on first on this side. Oh, already over here. So, and I'm going to place this one exactly that it is a flat side on this side. So be sure that you keep it in between here. I showed you in a moment, don't worry. So I have to be sure that I have it in a nice straight line over here, because here is not sticking over. He's sticking over on this side, but not on this side. On this side he needs to be flat. And be sure that he's not sticking over here, because your church still need to glue it on top of there. So be sure that you don't have it sticking over there. Now we're going to do some glue on this side. Just very easy. And we're going to place this one, but on the inside. He is sticking over now on the inside and not on the outside. Just place it over here. And just give it some pressure from the top. And be careful, because I waited, of course, a couple of minutes, but I didn't wait too long. And now we're going to do some glue over on this side. And we're going to fill it up. Of course, I can also do a little bit glue over here. I did forget it on this side. So if you are going to make it, don't forget that. And I'm going to make sure that I have it fitting over here on the inside. And feel with your fingers that it's not sticking over, so the church has not a problem to stick around. And of course, wipe away the glue. And I'm going to give it some pressure over here. And now I'm going to see already, I showed you this one is sticking out on the front side and this one on the outside. You can see it already. This one. And now you have a nice border around it. So you see, now I already have my church over here. I have here my box. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place my box on the side. I'm going to do some glue on this side. And I'm going to do over here and over here. And be sure that I have glue everywhere. And then I'm going to place it on top of my church over here. And just let it fall down. And it sticks a little piece over on the side. So this way. And now we're just going to let this dry and at least for a half hour. So in the meantime, while our box is drying on our church, we're going to get a loose block and we're going to place this on top of a piece of dowel. And you can use any round you like, because I want to finish off the roof also a little bit with a high-end look. So I'm going to place in the length, I'm going to place this on top of here, and I'm going to make a marker over here, and I'm just going to go around and around. And then I'm going to make sure that I connect the lines so I get a nice line around. And then I'm going to go to my garage and I'm going to cut off this little piece of dowel, which is fitting nicely inside of the top of the church where the pieces are coming together. And there's an opening right now and I don't like the opening, so I'm going to do a little piece of dowel in between. And here you see already the church, of course, planted church, just how you call it. And now it doesn't give a nice look because it's only a wood color. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my white, and I'm going to give it one layer. It's a really transparent layer because this is not totally covering, and I don't like it. I like that the wood is still coming through. So I'm going to give this one layer of the white paint. So you see already the church is in one color. I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to bring on the accents. So I did let my church dry. What I'm going to do, I have here some shoe polish in the brown color. And this is also giving a nice layer, but not totally covering. So, and it is immediately dry. So I take a smaller brush like this one, and I'm going to go over this side. I'm going to go over the roof. And of course, little pieces over here. Just do the accents you like. You don't have to do it the way I do it. But I'm going to make this accent with a little bit of the shoe polish. you see already I did some brown on the edges I like, but of course maybe you like something different. I'm going to decorate the inside, but you see in a moment the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks church, and of course he is so easy and simple to make. So I hope you give this one a try. You can use it as, of course, like I did, like a planter. You can make some centerpiece on your table for it, but I hope you give it a try. For everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box. There you find the link for the DIY channels. I hope to see you there. Everyone have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.